Hi. So, the consequences of crusades we have started. So now we will start from year European era, European ruler. The European ruler of the Renaissance period encouraged adventurous seafarer to explore distant lands. So the European ruler, which means the European king people, they have the adve- encouraged the seafarer, which means a traveler. A European ruler encouraged the traveler to explore the new land, distant land, which means the European ruler encourage a traveler to go to the distant area and explore that land. And they are exploring, and they brought back information about the plants, fruits, flower trees, and unknown species of animals and weaponry, etc. So it's a very simple thing. Uh, the European ruler are encouraging their traveler to go to the distant lands, faraway land, and when they are going, they are getting, they are brought back so much information like plants information, what they have seen, different types of fruits they have seen, flower, species of different species of animals. You can see, like for example, um, just imagine I am a European ruler, and you all are a seafarer. You are a traveler, so I will encourage you, like beta, just go to the faraway land, and whatever you have exploring, just get back some information. So these people are going, and they are get back and getting back this much information, plants, fruits, animals, and weaponry from the distant lands they visited. So in 1543 common era, what did first half of the 16th century, 1543 common era, the Nicholas Copernicus told. The Nicholas Copernicus is a person who had told the world that center of our planetary system is the sun, not the earth. So Nicholas has made a revolution uh, in the solar system, because before 1543 the people are thinking that each and every planet are revolve around a sun. Each and every planet system are revolve around the sun, because people are thinking earth have gravity, so all the planet system is going to be revolve. But it is not like that. Nicholas Copernicus has said that to the world that each and every planet system are revolve around the sun, right? So in 1609, Galileo had prepared a more sophisticated technology, which means a telescope. So in 1609, Galileo prepared one technology. It names as telescope, which enable further research in the field of astronomy. He had developed one technology, and in that technology, it enables researcher to research further in the astronomy subject. Clear? So the theories propounded by Nicolaus Copernicus and the Kepler could be supported by empirical observation made possible by Galileo telescope. So whichever theory which are made by Nicholas and the Kepler, it becomes possible because of the Galileo telescope. Okay, this facilitated research in the field of physical. This facilitated research in the field of physical science. This facilitated research are starting in the field of physical science. Clear? Okay. So right now, whatever we are seeing, the European people are sending, then people get the information. Galileo made the telescope. Nicholas Copernicus said to the world, like sun is the one center of the planet system. Every planet is revolve around it. And then invention. Now we will see the invention. The invention of gunpowder and the printing respectively brought about fundamental changes in the techniques of warfare and dissemination of knowledge. Clear? So there was a gunpowder was. The gunpowder was invented, and the printing was invented, and there were certain, yeah, printing was invented. Okay, so the first printing press was started in Germany. Like what printing we are doing, it was started in Germany 1415 by the Gutenberg. Okay, Johannes Gutenberg. The first printing press in Italy started in 1451. So 1414 Germany and Italy, it started 1451 printing. The invention of printing has been an outstanding end of this period. The printing was one of the most important gifts of Renaissance because people started reading. Okay, new avenue because of the printing avenue was extend varied information knowledge of common people. A number of modern universities came into being existent in Europe in the 18th century. So new university was started 18th century. The syllabi in this university include, so in this university the syllabus was like the epics like Iliad and Odyssey, Homer, Greek drama, speeches, great orators, literature, painting, sculpture, ethics, political science, history, etc. As a result of people began to think freely. Just a minute. Hmm. Yes. So here, uh, so it so happens. So the Galileo is a person established a rational method and empirical observation, forming a theory on the basis of the observation. Galileo has observed something, as Galileo is the father of empirical science also. Laboratory rat. He proved the speed of objects different weight falling down is equal by carrying out demonstration from heights of the tower. So Galileo have proved, he had experimented how the different size of the objects are fallen down because of gravity. With Galileo telescope, with Galileo modified telescope, he could trigger revolution. He was successful in enhancing the power of his telescope many times more than existing telescope. It benefited the traveler. It became easier for them to locate lands while sailing the sea. So with his telescope, he could discover four major satellites of the planet Jupiter. So because of his telescope, uh, he could discover the four satellites for Jupiter. Galileo also invalidated with evidence Aristotle's opinion that the moon self-luminous and smooth surface. Moon is self-luminous and smooth surface. So he proved that there are mountains and valleys on the moon, and the light emitted from actually reflected rays of sun. And he had also calculated. So he so many things because of his telescope. He said that sun is not luminous by itself. There is no light in sun. Also there is a mountains are there, and sun is luminous because of the moon is luminous because of the sun. So he had calculated the time suns take place to complete one cycle and around itself as 27 days. It is said Galileo was the first scientist to observe the spot on the sun. So here the information is going. So here the information is giving about the Galileo. Clear? So now let's see the Catholic Church. So what kind of invention had taken place in Catholic Church in the pre-Renaissance period? The Catholic Church not only controlled the religious life of people. So during that period, the Catholic Church was not only control the religious life of people. but also control the individual life of people. Clear? So during the Renaissance period, the Catholic people are not only controlling the religious life of people, which means we can say that at that time the church are not only controlling the religious life of people like festival and everything, they are controlling the individual life of the people also. It exploited of common people by, and how they are controlling, they are exploiting the common people by issuing mandates for payment of fees. So how they are exploiting the people, they are exploiting the people like you have to pay the money. Okay, it also put restriction of free thinking and its circulation. Like the Catholic Church had put restriction on and had put restriction on the thinking and the circulation. Thinking and the circulation. Anyone who dared to interpret, okay, anyone, anyone who dare to interpret Bible, anyone who dare to interpret the Bible differently from the conventional interpretation propagated by the Catholic Church was sentenced to that. So, for example, at the time, what was happening? If you interpret it differently than the Catholic Church are interpreting, like if I say uh, whatever is written in the Bible, it is little bit different than I thought. So I will be judged because I interpreted very differently. Clear? So many restrictions was happened during the Renaissance period. The humanist philosophy of the Renaissance was instrumental. Clear? So this philosophy was instrumental at that time in making a ground for resistance against the overpowering Catholic Church. Okay, was instrumental. So this humanist philosophy of the Renaissance period was instrumental in making a ground for resistance against the overpowering Catholic Church. Clear? So I can say that during the Renaissance period, so the during Renaissance period, they are overpowering. They are using their power. They are controlling the minds of the people. Now the modern science. Scientists began their search for reality by strictly using the scientific method. So there are scientists, they are begin the research, they are begin the search for reality by strictly using the scientific method. So during the Renaissance period, there were scientists, they have start doing experiment and doing search for the reality. They want to know the reality by the scientific methods, which emphasizes on empirical experiences with the laboratory. And this very approach led to the onset of modern age of science. And because of this, scientists have led them to the modern approach. Learning, learning mathematics and learning science and arts gain importance during Renaissance. So mathematics, science and arts will gain some importance during this rebirth period. For example, the works of Leonardo da Vinci. Clear? So specifically right now, whatever we are learning during the Renaissance period. Because of the Renaissance period, what was changes happen? So scientists have done during that time the research or search, and it led to the modern science. Like now we have a modern science. Then after that, the researcher has made give importance to the mathematics, science, and arts, and we can say the example of the Leonardo da Vinci. Clear? And now the arts. During Renaissance, during this period, the scientific approach influenced the field of arts as well. So, scientific, scientists are approaching the scientific approach influence the field of arts also. They are influencing the field of arts. They are more curious to know about more about the arts. Okay, and in this period, alchemy began to separate from its mystical roots and later transform into the scientific discipline of chemistry. So at that time, alchemy which means the magic, you can say. So the people started believing that like everything is magic. Like if I'm putting the litmus paper, it's a magic. So this alchemy was called as magic, and it was separated, and it was went to the chemistry. The advance of the chemistry expanded the knowledge of a source of metal and elements. So this chemistry knowledge gave rise to the metals and elements. A significant change was introduced in the field of painting. So there was a change was introduced in the field of paintings, oil paints, and also the board paints by using oil paint experiment. So there were so many changes for happen in the scientific method of observation of nature made. Okay, observation the scientific method of observation of a nature made it possible to paint the natural scene with minute details. Okay, so the same method detailed diagrams of the human body and the internal organ could be drawn. So in arts also the painting was so many changes were taken place. So the nature made drawing they started doing it, and after a period of time they started doing a body organ or internal organ of the body. The work of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo is quite significant in this regard. Clear? So the in arts, if I talk about two people are very important, the Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Clear? I'm going to stop here. Now the Renaissance period, whatever we have learned this in this period, the art, science, and these things were introduced. Okay, pictures, modern science and arts. So next we will learn the developmental of science, and whatever we will learn, we will try and complete it. Clear? Let's start. Okay.